Does this work? Does this work?
Yeah.
Does this work?
Yeah.
Sounds very news.
Yeah,
Does this work? Hello and welcome to Does This Work? I'm Jeanette from Rachael Ray's culinary team, and just like you, I am always on the internet looking for beautiful food videos and really awesome recipe inspiration, but I'm always left to wonder, does that really work? On this series, we're gonna test out all different kinds of recipes. I'm gonna bring in some fellow foodie friends, and we're going to rain down judgment on those recipes. To start, cauliflower grilled cheese. That's no bread, no gluten, vegetables and cheese. So first up, it's time to make our cauliflower rice. So many recipes include cauliflower rice as a substitute for carbohydrates or just a healthier side. Super easy way to get some vegetables into your kids, not really noticing the difference. So what I do is I first remove all of the large stems from the outside. It was funny, I was looking on the internet yesterday. There's a few how to cut a cauliflower videos on YouTube. So I'm gonna show you guys really quickly how to cut a cauliflower. So first you remove all of the stems, and then you want to cut off the base just so you can kind of get in there more. All right, so I just use my hands and I pull off, nope, I can't do it. I just wanna cut in and around to loosen those bottom florets, and you wanna get that stem out of the center. I'm going to now break them off into florets. So now you're gonna see these are like nice, big, pretty, big pieces of cauliflower. I'm gonna make cauliflower rice today in the food processor. All you do is you just load in the florets, close the top, and you're gonna pulse. Oh, it's not plugged in. No, I have to put this in. Come on. This is why I buy it. My food processor's a little bit jammed up. I probably shouldn't have filled the entire bowl with all of the cauliflower, but we're gonna get there. There we go. It's not a good day at work until you're fighting with the food processor. Okay guys, so one successful head of cauliflower rice in this bowl. What did we learn from that first step? You might want to buy it at the store or just make sure you process it in batches. Next up, I am going to crack 2 eggs into the cauliflower. Egg number 2. Give that a stir. And essentially, I guess this recipe is just making like tiny cauliflower pizza crusts. Eggs are a pretty standard step in making any kind of cauliflower product that you want to stay together. Eggs bind things. Up next, I'm gonna season it with a little bit of oregano, then a little bit of salt and pepper. It's interesting because, you know, we're making cauliflower grilled cheese, and you wouldn't normally season the bread for a regular grilled cheese with anything but butter, so maybe this will be nice and flavorful. And now I'm gonna put in a hearty amount of some grated Parmigiano-Reggiano, like a cup and a half or so. Again, that's gonna act as a binding agent for the cauliflower. The last ingredient I'm gonna add to this cauliflower bread, if you will, is a little bit of fresh parsley. And also add a nice little flavor. Cauliflower doesn't have very much flavor. It kind of tastes like what you're marinating it in or what you're mixing into it or what you kind of are eating with it. Chop that up, we'll throw that in here. I'm actually surprised to see that it's not as wet as I was thinking it was gonna be, but the true test is when we're gonna be flipping it. We'll see if it stays together. All right, so now we're gonna preheat a pan. I'm gonna use a non-stick griddle. So I'm gonna do it over medium. I don't want these to burn. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of some olive oil cooking spray. Now, if I was making grilled cheese, I'd probably use a little bit of butter, but we're doing what the internet says today. I am taking a Rachael Ray tip right here. I am using an ice cream scoop to get nice, even scoops. It'll definitely regulate the size of these. We are gonna build a sandwich at the end, so you want them to be even in size. Okay, so now that I'm touching this, it actually feels really wet. I don't know, guys, here goes nothing. Now I'm gonna press down to make a bread patty. It's gonna be a pretty thick grilled cheese, if anything. When I'm flattening it with a spatula, it is coming apart at the edges. I wasn't really expecting that to do that, but I think it is because it is pretty wet. This looks like it made enough for probably 3 or 4 sandwiches total, but we're gonna see. We're gonna let those cook and see what happens. I'm just gonna do a little peeksies to see what it looks like on the other side, but if I'm giving you my honest opinion, I really don't feel like this is gonna flip. So let's see what it's doing on one side. It's definitely brown, so it's definitely time to flip. I feel scared. I don't feel scared. No, I'm not scared. Okay, are you ready for the moment of truth? It's not flipping, guys. So this clearly did not work. But I think I've got an idea on how I could fix it. Now, what I think I'm gonna do, because the first batch was too wet, I'm gonna pop this into the microwave for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna give it a good wring, and we'll get all that moisture out, and I do believe it's gonna stick together a little bit better. Okay guys, we are back with a nice hot steamy bowl of some cauliflower rice. So I'm gonna take this towel, and I'm gonna pour my cauliflower right over it. So you wanna give this a good squeeze over your garbage bowl and get the moisture out. How's my ringing face? It's hot. It's really steamy right now, so I'm gonna give it a minute. Yeah, no, it's really hot. Please cool. Please cool. You're gonna leave that in, aren't you? Okay, so this cooled off a little bit. We're gonna give this a really good wring. And look at that. Do you see all of this moisture that is in this one head of cauliflower? You're gonna be shocked when you see the size of what's left in here, but I'm just gonna keep wringing because all of this moisture is what caused our first batch of cauliflower bread to fail. I've been doing this for probably a minute now, and there's still so much water coming out of it. This is definitely gonna change the yield of how many cauliflower grilled cheeses we're gonna get. It's like already shrunk by like half. Can you see that? This is one head of cauliflower. I'm hopeful with this one, guys. Okay, so we're gonna pop this into our mixing bowl. Look at that. It's like a little pizza dough, isn't it? It's like a nice little perfect ball of cauliflower rice. I'm wearing cauliflower. You're not cooking in a kitchen until you're wearing what you're cooking. I'm gonna use all of the same amount of the ingredients, the eggs, the parsley, the oregano, the Parmesan, salt, pepper. We're gonna give this a big stir. It definitely feels different from the first time. It is really nice and dry. This feels like a really nice consistency. I think this is gonna work. Let's just preheat our griddle one more time. While my griddle is preheating, I wanna show you the difference. This was our first batch that didn't work. You can see how wet this is and why it didn't stick together. You could see this is the new batch we're gonna do. It's definitely sticking together much better than the first batch. I'm gonna do the same thing using the ice cream scoop, but like I said, this is definitely gonna yield less because already one scoop's almost used about a quarter of it. And I'm gonna put this on the grill. I'm not gonna say I'm not a little nervous, but let's see if it works. Already I'm seeing when I'm patting it down, the other one was spreading out really far. It's definitely holding together more. So that's a good sign. Give that a little pat. Use the spatula so I don't burn my fingers. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit more confident about this, but I actually think that this recipe now is only gonna yield maybe 2 or 3 grilled cheeses. You're eating a lot of cauliflower if you eat one of these. When we were doing the first batch, when I was watching them cook, the cheese and like the water, all that moisture in there, it was, they were spreading. These are staying together, but they are still pretty delicate. I am going to flip the first one. This is where it all went downhill last time. This is where all hell broke loose when I flipped them. That last batch did not work. I'm feeling good, but I don't know, stick with me, guys. Yes, it flipped. We have a successful flip. I'm gonna say it's more of the consistency of like a potato latke. It's definitely not super together, but it's also not super apart. I don't know if that makes sense. All right, let's give this one a flip. 2 down, 2 to go. I am holding my breath. Can you hear me holding my breath? Ah, okay. We have 4 successful flipped cauliflower slices of bread, if you will. It's just becoming apparent to me. We've gone through quite a process and we have 0 grilled cheeses yet. I'm using some shredded cheddar cheese. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top one and I'm gonna top the other. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna top each of these with the other patty, if you will. Guys, these are super delicate. What I might be most nervous for is the flip around. That might not hold together. It might. It might, guys, it might. Have you noticed with every single stage of this recipe, I am full of doubt? We're getting closer. We've got something that resembles a sandwich. Looks like my foodie friends are gonna have to share because even in the bottom of this bowl, I think I have like one full scoop, so I couldn't even make a third sandwich. Hope people aren't that hungry. Okay, so they're halfway cooked. I'm gonna give them a flip. Fingers crossed. Woo, okay, that was scary. Definitely not a texture that seems like it's gonna stay together. See, that one already got a little bunched up on the bottom. So I gave these a quick flip because like a grilled cheese, you want the cheese to melt all the way through, but you don't want the bread to burn on one side. So I think I timed it just right, but I have these over a super low heat. They're flipped over on the other side and they're sliding apart from each other. That is definitely not something that happens with a regular grilled cheese. I'm gonna get these off the grill before anything else goes wrong. Okay guys, so here is our cauliflower grilled cheese. Looks like it's time to rain down judgment. Grant, ironically, your mom is the one who sent me this recipe on Facebook once.
She's made it before.
Oh, she has?
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't tell me that before I started this. How did it go for Pam?
I don't remember.
Okay, so guys, enjoy a little snack on me. This is our cauliflower grilled cheese. Let me know what you think.
Okay. I have to admit, I'm already judging it.
Okay, please.
It doesn't look like a grilled cheese.
It doesn't.
But I feel like it looks yummy. Mm-hmm. How do I eat it?
In the beginning, I was like, this is definitely gonna be a knife and forker, but actually, you can pick it up.
Obviously, it's gonna be delicious because there's cheese all over it, but it looks like crab cakes, which is kind of weird. All right, cool. Should we try it?
Here, go for it, please.
Oh yeah, it holds together nicely.
It does. And I think what probably looks so appetizing about it is what doesn't look great with ooey gooey cheese all over it.
I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna pick it up like Grant. It had a nice cheese stretch.
Yeah, I just got that too.
It's a little wet. I don't not like that.
Okay.
I do feel healthy though.
Okay.
Like if I took that huge bite of a regular grilled cheese, I feel like your stomach sinks a little bit.
You're right.
And you're like, oh, why did I do that? But I still feel, I feel like I ate vegetables.
You're right.
And that I have some energy.
I'm gonna have some more.
Yum.
After eating all of this, I don't feel very healthy anymore. Yeah, I've eaten a whole cauliflower. I'm slowing down. I didn't think it would be this filling. I really didn't.
I know.
You don't have like a major like grilled cheese thing happening.
Yeah.
But it is like a sandwich, and it is melty cheese. And if you're not eating bread or carbs, this is a good substitute. But if you want a grilled cheese, this isn't it.
Okay.
Really.
It's not it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say the process of which it took to make it was 1,000 times more difficult than 2 slices of bread, 2 slices of cheese. This was such a process. It was the food processor, it was the griddle, it was, you know, mixing it all up, it was the microwave. There was a lot of steps to get this to be what it is. This is like the diva version of grilled cheese, very high maintenance.
Like a grilled cheese is a piece of bread with cheese on it. So like once you eliminate one of those two things, it's kind of not really a grilled cheese anymore, in my opinion. But I do think this is really good and it's delicious and I would eat it.
I don't know, the longer I'm standing in front of it and the longer we're eating it, I'm getting a little bit more angry at it. It took so long for this to happen. If you're going for the whole gluten-free vibe, which I totally dig, I think you should just go for the gluten-free bread. Sorry guys, it's not a grilled cheese. It is great, but it's not a grilled cheese. I think what we're gonna say is the first round of this did not work. You guys saw that kind of disaster when I went to flip it. We fixed it up a little bit, we wrung out all of the moisture, and then we got it to work. Far from a grilled cheese, but quite delicious still. I'm gonna write up this recipe for you guys so that you can try it. Please post some photos in the comments. Let us know how it goes. You saw all of my trials and tribulations today. I'd love to hear about yours. And if it works out better, definitely tell me that as well. Subscribe to the Rachael Ray Show's... Subscribe to the Rachael Ray Show. How does Rachael do this so much? If you'd like for me to see what you guys made, or if you have any ideas for future episodes of Does This Work, make sure you post with the hashtag Jeanette Does This Work.
Beautiful. Okay.